Amazon's dystopian tracking system counts delivery drivers' seatbelt clicks and makes them pull over to sip some coffee. So let's check this out. Amazon delivery drivers are chafing under the company's big brother like system that checks whether their seatbelts are fastened, they're not sipping coffee while in motion, they make a full stop at stop signs, and they don't go more than 6 miles per hour above the speed limit. Amber Gertz, a 21-year-old Amazon van driver, posted a viral video on social media describing the dystopian surveillance methods used by the e-commerce giant to force its army of delivery people to comply with road safety regulations. We're tracked, right? Gertz says in the now viral TikTok video. That little guy is how we're tracked, the driver says, pointing to the four-lens camera affixed to the front windshield. It's probably recording me recording it, but it can't hear me, so that's nice, Gertz says as she films the nearly 2 minute long clip. Gertz then goes on to describe the driver eye camera system, which is manufactured by the AI driven data firm Netradyne. It has one camera facing me, one camera facing forward, and one camera on each side of the vehicle, Gertz says. And Twitter user Wall Street Silver dubbed the use of tracking cameras as dystopian. Let's see.
You're tracked, right? That little guy is how we are tracked. It's probably recording it, but it can't hear me, so that's nice. So it has one camera facing me, one camera facing forward, and then one camera on each side. The one camera in front tracks how close we are to other drivers, and if we stop at stop signs. So if we don't stop at a stop sign, like fully stop, then we get a violation for that. It tracks our speed, so we cannot go more than 6 miles per hour over the speed limit or we get a speeding violation. These vans also track our buckle count, so it'll count how many times we buckle our seatbelt, and if we don't buckle it enough, then or we miss a buckle, then that is a seatbelt violation. But also, that camera is watching me while I drive, so I cannot do a lot. If I want to sip up my coffee, I have to pull over so that I can grab it and drink it, because if I do it while I'm driving, then that's a driver distracted, which
Wow, now that's crazy.
is also a violation. I can't touch the center console, or else that is a driver distracted violation. One guy was itching his face, his beard, one time, and the camera picked it up that he was on the phone, and so he got a driver distracted violation for itching his face, but they disputed it. And I cannot unbuckle my seatbelt until I am in park. I also cannot get out of my seat until I'm in park, which is obvious. So yeah, everyone who works for Amazon pretty much hate those little things, but we have to remember it's just for safety. But I thought I would give y'all a little rundown of it because I feel like it's asked a lot. But there you go.
That's pretty crazy. Now, I understand some of it, but the thing that really gets me is wow, so you're really gonna force them to pull over to drink something. Now I understand something for maybe eating. I maybe understand something in terms of moving packages or whatever, like grabbing something. But if you're just reaching into the cup holder to drink, you would still be able to keep your eyes fully on the road. You're not going to be really distracted. It just seems pretty over the top to me. So, a source close to Amazon told the Post that the safety technology was designed with the driver's privacy in mind and that the cameras can be turned off during breaks. Videos are not a live feed, and drivers can dispute any items that they feel are an inaccurate representation of events, the source said. Gertz, who lives in Hickory, North Carolina, gave a comprehensive rundown of the lengths Amazon goes to monitor its drivers. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. Let's see. Steve Kelly, a spokesperson for Amazon, told the Post the safety technology in delivery vans help keep drivers in the communities where we deliver safe. and claims that these cameras are intended for anything else are incorrect. Kelly added, since we started using them, we've seen a 35% reduction in collision rate across the network, along with a reduction in distracted driving, speeding, tailgating, sign and signal violations, and drivers not wearing their seatbelts. And several Amazon drivers have gone public with their complaints about work conditions in recent years. The same. Okay, so no comments on this either, so feel free to give your thoughts. To me, it seems kind of like over the top, but I actually understand why Amazon is going to like this amount of length for this whole situation. And the main reason for it is because they want to save a lot of money. They don't really necessarily care about their employees. They care more so about their employees not crashing into other people, where then all of a sudden, guess what? Amazon is going to be sued for millions upon millions of dollars, right? Even potentially with these like Amazon Prime vans, because you know, if someone just sees like, oh, brand name Amazon, whoa, wait a minute, let me call my lawyer. Oh my gosh, I broke my back or something, right? And they're going to just sue the crap out of Amazon. So they're probably doing this to one, help lessen the amount of lawsuits that they're going to get. I mean, they're probably always getting lawsuits, but it's to lessen the amount that they're getting. But not only that, it also basically allows it to be in a situation where potentially they could shirk the responsibility on themselves, like off of themselves onto the actual driver, the employee. Now, I believe legally speaking that'd be pretty hard to do, and that they're still going to be basically held liable for whatever the employee does. But at the same time, if you're able to decrease the amount of lawsuits that you get by like 30%, if you're able to decrease the amount of accidents, so the amount that you have to basically pay for insurance will hopefully stay lower over time, it's going to be worthwhile. Like, the thing is, this is probably not like a cheap thing to actually install and maintain on all of their vans, but they probably viewed it like, you know what, we will actually save more money by spending the money to do this, because we're just getting sued constantly. We're getting into accidents constantly. We have drivers getting distracted constantly, right? Which is costing basically the company money. So I understand why they did it. I just think some of the stuff is kind of over the top. Like, really, you can't like drink something? That seems a little bit insane. Now, the whole phone thing, I truly understand that. But the just grabbing a cup from the cup holder and drinking it, that seems crazy to me.